Alright guys, today we're going to be going over my general purpose build. And what that is this is my 14.5 inch BCM that I've had for going on 8 or 9 years now. So the first thing you may notice is that I have a key mod rail. So don't hit me too hard in the comments. I've had this gun before they came out with M-LOK. So I've had, like, as you may pick up on, I've had this gun a long time, thousands of rounds through it, and I just love this thing to death. So you may have seen another video on our channel, which is my dedicated 11.5 inch SBR build. Well, this is more of my, like I just said, my general purpose build, which I could, shoot close up, 0 to 25 yards. And then I can really utilize this LPVO and I can take it on back 400-500 yards. That's further than I have access to shoot. So usually for me, it's about 350 to 400 yards is getting on to the max of my range that I'm able to shoot at. So just an all-around general purpose build. So we're gonna get into this thing, go over every part, everything I have on it, and let's get to it. So starting here at the front, we have a Surefire SB2. So you've heard of the Surefire RC2 suppressor. Well, this is a SB2 suppressor. That means short barreled suppressor. So this thing is made specifically for guns like the Mark 18 10.3 inch barrel, real short barrels that may or may not stabilize certain ammunitions. This has a larger opening on the front to accommodate unstable ammunition that may be coming out of the barrel wonky or just, not like it should be. And this helps prevent baffle strikes. So this can has a slightly larger opening than an RC2, but it's a perfect can for me. Like, I only have one Surefire can that I share between 2 rifles, so having that extra option of not worrying about a baffle strike, it is good for me. And I got this can at a really good discount, so I'm happy with this can. Coming on back, we have a Harris Bipod. I believe this is the 3 to 9 inch version. I really like this bipod. It's simple. There's a lot of bipods out on the market today, but this one I got off a tax swap. It was like 75 bucks, and it does everything I need it to do just fine. Like, they have Atlas bipods that are like $300, and I'm just not at the point where I can spend $300 on a bipod. I gotta buy a lot more stuff before I get to that point. So Harris Bipod, it does the job for me. It adds a good bit of weight to the build, but on this type of rifle, I'm okay with that, because if I'm able to get in a position, like if I'm taking a shot on a coyote, or like if I'm using it hunting or something like that, like a predator hunting, and I'm able to get in the prone and get a good stable shooting position, like that just increases my chance of getting a solid hit by 100. And even when I am not able to get on the ground and deploy the bipod and go prone, even if I just have like a branch or a log that I'm able to brace off of, I can use this flat, wide portion that the bipod gives me, and I can brace on something and get a nice, stable shot. So the bipod to me is worth carrying around the extra weight. So when it becomes not worth it, I'll take it off, but until then, I'm running it. So I have a Surefire weapon light on here. I think it's like the 640 model. I've had it a while also. It's not one of the new dual fuels where you can use a rechargeable battery. So I just have the CR123s in here. I have it on a BCM low profile mount, so it gets the light very close to the rail and just prevents it from snagging on stuff and getting caught. So I really like this light. The rail itself, as I mentioned, key mod. This thing was back in like 2016, 17. I don't mind key mod. Some people think it's stupid. M-LOK is the way. It holds stuff to the gun. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna just shoot it and run it. It has not given me any problems, so I'm just gonna keep using it. Connected to the Surefire, I have a pressure pad, which I may take off because I accidentally hit the light every so often, and just white light discipline, that's not a good thing. So I'm gonna probably just take the pressure switch off and just put the click tail cap back on the weapon light. So no big issue there. I got a few of these BCM adhesive grips that kind of add some texture and help alleviate some heat when you get a bunch of rounds going through this thing. So pretty good. I got them on the mainly on the left side because that's where I'm gripping the gun the most. So coming back further, I've got my bungee retainer for my T-Rex sling. We have a video on the channel going over the T-Rex sling itself. This is a very, very good sling. I have them on all of my ARs. I just love them. They're comfortable. You can move around easily with them, adjustable. You know, you get a good feel, good stable shooting position. If you tighten the sling up, you can really brace off and get a nice accurate shot. So love the T-Rex sling. I'd recommend them to anybody that's looking for a nice solid sling. Like I said, I have them on all of my guns. Attaching the sling to the gun, I have a D-swivel. I've talked about this in previous videos multiple times, even in the sling video. I like the D-swivels. They give the sling a more even surface area to pull from. If you have the old QDs with the like oval where there's a sharp curve at the top, the slings will bunch up in that curve. It's not comfortable to wear. I think the slings wear out faster because they're being bunched up and released more often. So D-swivel, for me, that's what I run. You run what you want. That's just personal preference. BCM bolt carrier group. I bought this upper from BCM with a BCM bolt carrier group. So no problems there. Love BCM bolt carrier groups. They've been running flawless for me. On top, this is also another area where you can tell this gun's dated a little bit. I have a 1:8 Vortex Strike Eagle first generation. So, you know, back in 2017-18, this thing was the epitome of innovation and excellence. But nowadays, it's kind of dated, heavy. There's a lot more scopes that zoom in past 8 power to even go to 10, 12 power. More of your medium power variable optics on 12 power, but 10 power LPVO. A lot of optics do that now. So when I have the money and the want to, I will upgrade this LPVO, but for now, it's doing me just fine.
All right, so here I am at 300 yards. And like I mentioned earlier, this rifle can really do it all. So I've got the LPVO up to 8 power, which I don't even need that much magnification really. But I'm gonna use my first hold, and 300 yards is really nothing for this build. So this thing is more than capable out to 700 yards. You know, I don't know if I'm that good of a shot to do that, but there's some people that can definitely push this 14.5 inch barrel way out there, 700, 800, maybe even 900 yards. I know I definitely can't. I don't have access to anything close to that distance to shoot, but like I said, here we are at 300 yards, which is still a pretty decent shot. So I'm gonna take a few and we'll see how we do. So as you may be able to hear, this thing puts hits on there consistently. So, you know, with a good trigger, a nice solid barrel, in a good optic, it's just really up to the shooter, because this thing is more than capable of getting hits at distance.
What I really love about this gun is the trigger. We have a Geissele SSAE super semi-automatic enhanced trigger, and this thing is just excellent. So you have like it's a 2-stage trigger. You have like a 2-pound take up and then like a one pound and some change break, and it's just crisp, it's clean. The long shots are just easy to hit with that super crisp trigger pull. Probably my favorite upgrade in this gun is the Geissele trigger. Love Geissele triggers. They're reliable. You can get them on sale for relatively cheap, 150, 160 bucks. And that is a no-brainer for me with this build in particular. So coming back to the scope mount, it is a Midwest Industries QD scope mount. So if the optic goes down, breaks, you can take it off. I guess just throw it down and forget about it. I don't have any backup sights on this gun. I probably should add some, so that's something I'm going to keep in mind. But right now, I just have the LPVO as my aiming device, and if it goes down, I guess I'm screwed. So I'm going to be updating that pretty shortly. BCM charging handle, a medium-sized latch. It aids in charging the gun with this scope on here. So probably not necessary, but I like it. It helps, so I'm definitely going to keep it on there. It doesn't add any weight or anything, so we're good there. Mag pull, I think it's a CTR stock, upgraded from the standard stock that came on the BCM lower. Another thing, I'm kind of OCD, so if I have a BCM upper, I gotta have a BCM lower. Some people like Aero precision lowers with BCM uppers. Spend another $100 to get a BCM upper and just have a matching gun. That's my opinion. Definitely don't have to, but like I said, I'm OCD, so I like to do that. And to finish it off, we have a mag pull bad lever right here, which aids in mag releasing, bolt releasing, I should say. So if you're in the prone position, you can put a fresh mag in and just hit that button right there. Some people like them, some people don't. Some people think you're more apt to hit the trigger when you have your finger in here doing something else in the trigger guard. I think if you train and practice it, you probably won't have that problem, but again, it's up to you guys. So run what you want, practice with it, get good with it, and it shouldn't be a problem. But that is basically it. This thing, like I said, I've had it for years and years, shot thousands and thousands of rounds out of it, have had zero issues. I can't remember any malfunctions. I keep it lubricated. I'm not big on cleaning my gun every range trip. I keep them lubed up and running smooth, so I'd recommend a BCM 14.5 inch to anybody. It's a very, very good length. I have a pinned and welded Surefire muzzle brake on here. I probably should have mentioned that earlier, but it is a pinned and welded muzzle brake, which makes the overall length over 16 inches. So this is not an NFA item. So I can take this anywhere that allows you to have a semi-auto rifle. I don't have to file any special paperwork to transport it. So this is just a handy, handy package. 14.5 inch, has the velocity to reach out to distance, and it has a little bit less overall length, so you can work closer environments. You know, if you're hunting in the woods, or if you're some type of military law enforcement using this in a real capacity, then definitely something to keep in mind. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment down below. What would you change to this build? Would you add anything? Take it away? Is the key mod just so terrible you can't even watch the video? Hopefully not. That's just a personal preference. But leave us a like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.